It's really cool we got to land and get back to his backyard.
I could just really feel how stoked I was.
We went out for a little towing session.
Norwegian wingsuit pilot Jokke Sommer and Italian big wave surfer Niccolo have been on a mission to pursue their dream of switching sports. To accomplish this, they traveled the world living on the edge, assisted by a team of world-class adventure athletes, training endlessly to achieve what most thought was the impossible. In just under 1 year, they were able to accomplish their goal, and now they've set a new goal, become elite athletes at both sports. Their journey will lead them to the depths of the unknown, to the very edge of the human experience, and eventually, to the core of their own existence. This is Beyond the Edge. The team lands in Maui in search of giant waves at Jaws.
Couldn't really believe it. We got so many awesome skydives over at Oahu, and then as soon as we get to Maui, the swell is arriving, and it looks like Piahi is going to be firing. Now we're finally back at Maui, man. Back on Maui, and we're gonna have a few days of towing in, maybe even a day at Jaws.
Last year, Jokke and Niccolo began their dream of switching sports here on the island of Maui. Jokke was able to surf a 20-foot-plus wave by being towed in with the help of a jet ski. But this year, Jokke hopes to achieve the near impossible goal of catching a wave at Jaws by paddling into it. The team heads to their Maui headquarters in the town of Paia.
Okay, let's go. All right, be careful now with the surfboard.
Yeah. All right.
Rest up and charge tomorrow, boys.
Might be some onshore. Or maybe you could kite it, I don't know.
Let's hope it's not onshore, bro.
And let's say it becomes glassy and just perfect.
Oh, that would be sick.
And then
nobody really.
because...
That would be a dream.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I would prefer to maybe put those guns on the boat. Would you prefer that, or do you want to bring them? I would prefer that.
While Niccolo and Jokke take a jet ski to Jaws from Lico Gulch, the rest of the team will share a boat leaving from the main harbor.
I'm keen on going.
Yeah, me too. I want to see these
The only
boys
ones
paddling
there.
to the 18-foot waves today. The wind dying. That's already dying. It was blowing hard last night, right?
Joining them is friend and legendary big wave surfer Garrett McNamara.
It's supposed to get better as the day goes on. I think from 12 till dark is our window.
Also along for the ride are big wave surfers Will Scudin and Andrew Cotton, who will be surfing Jaws for the first time.
No, just wondering whether some of us is gonna have to sit on the deck or something.
No, you'll be all right.
You gotta swim, man.
The team settles in for the 45-minute boat ride up the coast. Jaws is located on the remote north shore of the island and is only accessible by boat or jet ski.
Whale, now that, are those dolphins or whales? Whale. The baby whale?
Jaws, known by the locals as Piahi, is one of the few places on the planet where waves can reach upwards of 60 feet. It is a premier destination for elite big wave surfers from all over the world to test their skills. This incredible phenomenon, however, only occurs when conditions are just right.
But as soon as we came out, it was a little bit morning sickness. So that's when the waves are not really that clean.
I'm confident it's gonna be a good day.
Keep having faith.
Yeah.
It's gonna get big.
It's gonna start. We just gotta take our time. It looks really nice. Nobody around. This is a kind of a dream to come out here and just surf it alone. The waves aren't the best, but make the best of what's here, and it's gonna come up.
The swell starts to fill in, and Jaws begins to show her teeth.
It started off that Jokke wanted to just tow and catch some bombs.
Well, like, dude, you know, maybe we should go for a little paddle session. It was kind of like a little bit for fun, you know? Like, I didn't really think through what I just said, but I was thinking we might try it out.
Jokke, who's not really a surfer, but becoming a pretty damn good surfer. So he's got to just keep his head down and paddle as hard as he can. A couple more strokes than you would normally paddle, just to get down the wave a little more before you stand up.
But I just hope it doesn't calm any of the big sets that are gonna show up later.
Paddling into a wave requires skill, strength, and the knowledge of where and where not to be in the lineup. The surfer is essentially attempting to run and jump onto a trackless moving train. Only time spent in the water can provide the experience of knowing when and where you need to be to catch the train. Jokke will need to rely on guidance from Niccolo and the rest of the team if he hopes to paddle into a wave.
Niccolo said, yeah, but you know, maybe it's not the best though, because the swell is building.
There is still that little bit of like, okay, frick, I want to make sure he can, you know, respect his skill level.
And I didn't really think so much about it. I felt confident simply because I knew I was going out with those guys. I kind of already have that thought that, did we just jinx that?
We thought we were in the right spot, but that's how it is in Jaws. You might think you're in the right spot, but guess what, dude? There's a bomb out the back.
I hear Garrett screaming, it's a set, get outside, paddle, paddle. I was just baffled about what was going on, and then it impacted, and it was just this huge explosion, because it was pretty much the lip was just in front of our face.
Although Jokke is confident, even a smaller day at Jaws is a force to be reckoned with. Even legends have to pay their dues. Will Scooten catches his first wave at Jaws and pays the price. Andrew Cotton gets in on the action with a successful first ride.
The one when I tried to paddle in and fell over. I let the board go and I went through the spinner. You can't do anything about it, you know?
It got a little bit bigger and a lot more cleaner, so we went out and towed. I was very amped up. I was thinking like, wow, I'm gonna get some towing again this year, you know, and maybe hopefully get another barrel and see if I can pop out.
A complicated dance between man, machine, and Mother Nature. Tow surfing requires an experienced driver with the knowledge of where to put the surfer on the wave It also requires a unique trust between the driver and the surfer, oftentimes with the driver being the surfer's only safety line. There are no lifeguards at Pe'ahi. With the swell subsiding, the team head to shore, saving their energy for improved conditions tomorrow. The boys head to Fusion Fit, where Niccolo and his trainer, Isaac Tyrell, have prepared a training session to help Jokke and Petter become better surfers.
How you been, man?
Awesome.
It's so long though.
Yeah.
A year.
Still yoked, yeah?
Yeah.
Boys ready to work out or what?
Yeah, man.
We're gonna come up, we're gonna jump up from here. Boom, get into a nice pull-up position.
In the back stuff.
Boom. And then it comes up here. We go back down. Boom. Down. This push-up position from here. Boom. Pull-up is just getting an extra explosive exercise. When you're paddling, you have to do that last little bit. It's all like explosive, and you're building that up also when you're tired. So you wanna, even when you're tired and you're exhausted, you still wanna be able to bang it out, bang it out, bang it out.
You know, Jokke being his skinny little scrawny self, and he throws it down. He's very coachable. You can tell he's an athlete because when you coach him, he listens and responds to the cues and the words that you work with him. That shows me athlete status in somebody. When they're like, okay, I want to be better, and you know how to make me better, I'm gonna listen to you.
Shit, we need to, Yeah, we have so much to work on. That's why it's always so destructive to go into the gyms, because like you go out to jog, you paddle like, yeah, and then you come to the gym and you're like, shit, I should have gone there. Now I know.
First time I met Niccolo, I was teaching some guys on Maui how to slackline. And they had this kid running up the coconut trees, throwing crazy flips and backflips, and I was like, who is this kid? Oh, that's Niccolo, he's a little grom around here, he's a little shredder. And I was like, at that moment right there, I was like, I'm sponsoring that kid forever. Like, he's going big places and somewhere. It's hard with Nick because he goes off for a while and he comes back and he hasn't been really working out. He's just been doing his thing. So we got to start over, and then we get him to a peak level, and then usually he's out again, and that's his lifestyle. I judge Niccolo as being one of the best athletes in the world, hands down. I call he's like the ultimate manifestation machine. Like, he thinks it, he can do it. He sees it, it's done. That's like how he works, and that's what's so powerful about him.
Where's you out a little bit? Good stuff. I'm beat.
So I have like fine chopped parsley, I have fine chopped onion and garlic.
Petter prepares some of his famous Swedish meatballs with the help of his fiancée Lisa.
And I have some secret spices that I use when I do my balls.
Some egg, babe.
You can actually crack 2 eggs here. I met her 4 years ago in Voss, skydive event, and we're gonna get married next summer in Sweden and jump into our own wedding, swoop the castle towers, land in the huge grass field. Pretty stoked about that. It's gonna be a nice event for sure.
Oh, alrighty here. Wow, that's saucy.
That's good.
Pretty epic. Petter just put it together like a boss.
as I said, you take a little bit of mashed potatoes, you take a little bit of gravy, you take a couple of meatballs, you take some lingonberry to that, you can pepper a little bit and salt it if you want to. And then you take a little piece of a little ball, put a little mashed potatoes on that and top that with lingonberry and dip it a little bit in the gravy, and then you eat it, and then you're gonna feel like you've just been taken to heaven.
Hey, thank you so much, Peter. That was really amazing. Those meatballs are so good.
As the team prepares, they get word that conditions are looking good at Jaws. This professional wingsuit pilot will once again attempt to achieve his ultimate goal of paddling into a big wave.
Doing what he does is the most nerve-wracking, and like you gotta like focus and calm down. And he has that. And big wave surfing is all about focus and calm down, but it's actually less than what he's doing. So for him, it's easy to say, okay, you know what? I got this, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm gonna relax here. I'm gonna respect everybody that's out there. All I wanna do is paddle and catch one of these bombs.
Mostly for me, it's about just being out there in the nature, but also training my fear, you know, training my focus in stressful situation and being able to be comfortable in places where a regular human being would freak out, you know?
As a wingsuit pilot, Jokke is accustomed to overcoming his fears before leaping off a cliff. But a wingsuit flight lasts only minutes, while big wave surfing is a physical and mental marathon that often lasts for hours.
I was thinking like, dude, you know, this is gonna be hard. I gotta go deep to be able to even pull this off, you know? I can't be on the shoulder because my arms is not gonna be able to pull it off.
Just as Jokke starts to feel comfortable, he turns to face every surfer's worst nightmare. Niccolo rushes in to rescue Jokke.
When you put yourself in situations like Jaws, you gotta be prepared for getting the bomb on the head, you know, taking a bad wipeout. And Jokke's one of those guys that's like, you know what, I'm gonna do this.
Paddle over the hump, you know, and when you come over the first set, you can't really see what's always coming after.
Time after time, Jokke finds himself out of position. No amount of training or advice can take the place of experience, especially in big wave surfing.
I'm so mesmerized by what I'm seeing that I can't really look at anything else. I'm just like, it's the wildest ride Mother Nature can ever give you without killing you. There is nothing more brutal than that.
You got a nice experience. You had a nice Jaws visual, seeing the freaking world coming down on you.
After taking a beating, Jokke returns to the jet ski to get his bearings and some advice from Niccolo. Niccolo attempts to put him in the right spot.
The one after this, just jump off and start paddling in. Jump off. It's super scary. No matter how much you train and you're prepared for it, you're like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, you know, God, I'm with you. Mother Nature, I love you. Like,
support me on this one.
Determined, Jokke continues to paddle, but the strength and speed of Jaws proved to be more than he bargained for. The fatigue is setting in.
Jokke's surprisingly comfortable out there, considering we're paddling around some pretty big waves and in the middle of the ocean, and there's sharks out there.
It was so hard to catch, you know? Like, I was very amazed by how much you have to actually paddle to catch these big waves.
I gotta breathe a little bit, you know?
The opportunity to surf Jaws is rare. This could be Jokke's last chance to paddle into a big wave before the end of the winter big wave season.
I know that there's gonna come a nugget and I wanna catch
it. Another one comes and it's just another huge explosion. Like white water looks like a mountain all of a sudden.
Jokke is not the only one paying his dues at Pe'ahi, but he is paying a little extra.
We've been here for nearly 2 hours now. I can't catch these waves, you know? I get sprayed by the water when it's offshore winds. The spray hits you in the face, so when you're gonna paddle into it, you're coming in kind of blind. So we said, okay, just try one more set and then we go.
Jokke misses the wave, but it positions him perfectly for the next one. Next time on Beyond the Edge.
When he went for this wave, I'm like, here we're gonna see another wipeout. Precision, speed, glide. We're working on all of it right now.
You're conquering something that the human body is supposedly not designed for.
Every day that I'm able to walk and eat and breathe and live my life, I'm stoked.